Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Steven Hammer, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new WWE Shop Winged Eagle belt, the version 2, all gold. They just released this belt on WWE Shop. I've had it for about a month, and I want to show you guys what it looks like and show you guys the differences between the old version and the new version they're currently selling. I love this belt, and I think you guys will too. Let's get started.
Recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Okay, so the Winged Eagle version 2 originally came out in January of 2023. A guy in a belt group posted that he got a brand new Winged Eagle belt at the Royal Rumble Superstore, and he was like one of the only people to have this belt and post pictures of it on Facebook. And the whole belt community went crazy, like, what? When did this happen? When did there become a new Winged Eagle belt? Well, eventually, a couple months later, it finally rolled out. Randomly, they released the Shop Winged Eagle version 2 and the new Crumb Run, which I have behind me, which I have already made a video of that belt as well. But they finally released this Winged Eagle in May of 2023, and it comes in this beautiful, like, baby blue retro zipper bag. This bag is just, I love this bag. It's just so retro and vintage looking. Big giant zipper on the back, which I love. I love when they add the zippers that are full length end to end. That way you're able to take your belt out. And of course you have the retro WWE logo. Winged Eagle replica version 2. So great bag. Love this. Now let's grab the belt and show you guys what it looks like. So what is the point of a version 2 Winged Eagle on WWE Shop? Well, I'm going to tell you why. The old replicas had the screws showing in the back. With this replica, they are covered. The old replica had separate pieces of sidebars. With this new replica, sidebars are attached. The old replica had stitching along the entire piece of the leather, and it also had a sewn-on snap box. With the brand new version 2 replica, they did away with all the stitching in the snap box. They did away with all of the stitching along the strap. It is just one good piece of leather. The leather feels good to me. I probably won't get this re-leathered. I like it the way it is. So I have had this for about a month, and the leather does fold down pretty well. This side does have the tip, so it does weigh down a little more. But let's try the other side. You can see there, of course, sidebars are attached to the main plate, just like that. And another cool feature is these sidebars are actually straight up and down, compared to some overseas belt makers who actually make the sidebars kind of like a sunburst pattern. They kind of like shoot off at an angle. One is straight, this one goes that way, that one goes that way. In reality, I think the sidebars, they kind of should be at an angle, just by judging the main plate design where the sunburst pattern bursts out. But that's just a weird design, in my opinion, to have the sidebars straight out. You would think they would be angled to match the design of the main plate, but the sidebars are straight the way it should be. Again, people are going to complain that it's not a WWF belt. In my opinion, just get the F over it. They're not going to release WWF belts being a WWE company anymore. That is just past due. It's over with. It's done. Get over it. If you're one of the lucky ones who have ever had like a Master Series belt or an old WWF Figures Inc. belt, well, congratulations. But nowadays, we can't get those. We get the block logo, WWE logo, which I'm fine with. It does not bother me one bit. Would I love to have a Master Series belt? Of course, but I will settle for this replica because it is a really fine, updated, good-looking replica. On the main plate, you do have a World Relief plate, which sticks up above the main plate. So now let's take this belt down to the table and I'll show you guys up close what it looks like so you can decide for yourself if you want to buy one of these replicas. Alright, now here's a close-up look at the all-gold Winged Eagle belt. Again, you have your nice feathers, your world banner, your logo up at the top, your eagle in the center, a black painted heavyweight, dual-plated one is not painted, your wrestling champion banner at the bottom, The one thing that I don't really care for about this belt is the middle of the eagle. It's his beak right there where the water kind of blends into the beak. That area right there is etched, and instead of just leaving this area blank, they just filled all that in with water, and I think it looks silly. So more than likely, I will do a modification to this belt and remove this epoxy paint right here above his beak right there and stop it right there. So this area will just be like an etched area like the rest of this part, because I think that just looks weird, in my opinion. Like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But again, I'm not going to let that take away from the replica itself. It's still a great replica, but I just don't like how they incorporated the blue part into the beak. But that's just my opinion. And here's what I was talking about earlier. The sidebars are straight on the real belts and on the replicas. On some of the overseas belts, they kind of see this sunburst pattern go along right here. And they put the sidebars in the same area. So the sidebars will actually stick out at an angle. And this one will be straight, and then this one will be angled. But on the replicas, they're actually straight. You would think the sidebars would like match and flow with the sunburst pattern, but they don't. For some reason, they're like straight out of the side plate, or straight out of the main plate. But I always found that kind of weird, that the little side post sidebars stick straight out rather than following the pattern of going outward. So I don't know, just a weird little thing that you kind of notice. But there's a look at the side plate with your WWE logo. Again, these plates are about 5 millimeters thick. You do have tooling around your WWE Champion logo. Looks really nice. I always love when belts have good looking tooling around that plate. Looks really nice. And like I said earlier, there is no sewn on snap box. All of this is just like a piece of leather, which looks really nice. It almost looks re-leathered. That's how good it looks. The stamping and like the pattern looks really well done. And of course, you have your gold tip with 3 screws in the back. Your same side plates on this side. And your tooling in the male snap box. And here's a look at the back of the belt with the WWE patch on the back, with like your textured backing. All of the screws are covered up, which is really nice. At the top of the belt, you do have a little bit of the wings going up above the leather, which is nice. And there is the leather folded over with a good look at your sidebars and how they are attached to the main plates. If you guys are regular subscribers to the channel, you guys know that I had a bootleg overseas belt of the Winged Eagle with the WWF logo, and in these areas right here, there was texture all along those areas. And it was a beautiful, beautiful belt. But once WWE Shop released this all gold version, I immediately sold that one to get this replica. I was clamoring for WWE Shop to release this all gold replica, and I'm so thrilled and extremely happy. You guys can probably hear it in my voice. I am really happy with this belt. Like I said, the only thing that I do not care for is just that water little line in the beak. I do not care for that. Like I said, I can modify that and I can fix that. Pretty easy fix. But all in all, fantastic replica. I believe it's $4.49 on their website. You can pause the video right here to see all of the details and all that stuff. Fantastic replica. Pay with payments. I think it's like $100 a month if you want to buy it that way, or spend the whole $4.49 to get the replica. If you're a fan of the Winged Eagle belt and you love official replicas, I think this is the one to get. The gold Winged Eagle represented my childhood of WWF in the 90s, of Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Bob Backlund, Sid, all of those guys holding the Winged Eagle belt. That's the era that I remember the most. The new generation area, so the all gold Winged Eagle. One of my favorites. Love the way this belt is. I think it's fantastic. So if you guys are interested, pick it up on WWE Shop. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.